Adam here from the Walser Automotive Group, and what I want to do today is show you around the 2023 GMC Yukon Denali Ultimate. We'll look at the exterior, some of the cool things inside, and see if this might be the right third row SUV for you. So let's start on the exterior of the Denali Ultimate. Now, one of the best things about this vehicle is its stunning good looks. Now, the Denali Ultimate is going to add a little bit of a different grille and some accents on the exterior, and it's also going to add these awesome 22-inch wheels. This particular one is wrapped in the Bridgestone tires. Now, there's a ton of different trim levels throughout the Yukon. Obviously, this one is the Ultimate, is going to be at the top. Now, as far as an engine is concerned, there's a few different options there as well. This one we have here today does have the 6.2 liter, which when properly equipped with the advanced towing package, will be capable of towing up to 8,400 pounds. Now, that's going to be a large boat. Maybe you're going up to the cabin for the weekend, or if you've got a utility trailer, this can really get that stuff done and give you a ton of towing capacity. Now, from there, a few other things with the Denali Ultimate. One of my favorite things is when you open the door, there's power running boards. So they'll lower down, whether it's for you or the kids hopping into the back of the vehicle. It definitely makes it easier for entering and exiting the vehicle. Now, as far as storage is concerned, if we're looking at the cargo area, this one is going to be the 7-passenger. So you do have a folding third row as well as a second row, and what's pretty cool is that's a power folding row. So you just pop the hatch, which is a power lift gate, and there's a little button you can press in the back, and that's going to fold not only the third row, but also the second row, and you can also flip them up as well. So it's a pretty cool feature to use when you don't have to stress about moving seats and sliding them around. Okay, so speaking of that second row, let's hop inside and we'll take a peek at that. Okay, so inside the Denali Ultimate, the second row seats are super comfortable. They're going to be heated, and there's a ton of different ways. Like I said, you can fold them. There's also a little lever on the side, so you can slide these forward and back, or if you have child seats on here, they actually just kind of flip forward and they can slide. So you don't actually have to remove the child seat, which is really nice. Now, for third row access, again, that seat with it folding is going to be really easy to get in the back, and you can also just crawl through the center, as this one does have the captain's chairs for the second row. So as far as third row space is going to be concerned, there's a ton of room. I'm 6'1", I fit very comfortably in the back. As well, I can still have this set where I would like to be in the second row. Now, a few other pretty cool things. The entertainment package. There's a huge screen back here. It makes it super easy when you got the kids back here. There's actually HDMI plugs or plug-in, and there's USB-C ports in the third row, second row up front, so everybody can keep their devices charged up when you're on the go. But this is pretty cool. That one's gonna save you a little bit of headache, I feel like, if you've got those in the back, and an excellent option to have. So one other thing in the back, this one does have the panoramic sunroof. It opens it up very nicely back here. You don't feel as cramped or kind of as tight, especially when you're in the third row with that panoramic roof. It really is an awesome feature to have. Let's hop up to the driver's seat. We'll take a peek up there. Okay, so now we're in the driver's seat. What do we always have with us, right? Our cell phones. So this is gonna have wireless charging as well. Up here, we'll have wireless CarPlay as well as wireless Android Auto. I've got my phone hooked up. This is a 10.2-inch display, and for me, this is big enough. You don't need a humongous display in here, kind of taking up all the room. I think this is fine, and they've still left all the physical buttons for the dual climate control as well. There is a climate control in the second row there, but I mean, I feel like this is more than enough screen, and the infotainment is great and super easy to use. There's also a trailering mode here, so like I said, if you're towing the boat or you've got anything else you're hauling around, it sets your lights, the camera you can look at if you've got a Bluetooth camera, and there's kind of a checklist in here, which is pretty cool. So beyond that, this does have the HD surround vision. So there's a little button on this side, and that's gonna pull up your 360 camera. So you can look pretty much every angle of the car, whether it's a busy grocery store or you're trying to back the boat into the lake. I mean, there's a ton of usability out of this, and it is crystal clear. So that makes it very simple. Now, one of the other things, I didn't love it right away, but the drive-by-wire. So you've got your buttons up here for gear selecting, but when you realize how much room that frees up here, whether it's for the cup holder, you don't have the old school shifter on the column anymore, I mean, that's a pretty nice feature because it does give you a lot of space here. You also have the large storage area in here, and then, like I said, cup holders and USB charging everywhere. So for the steering wheel, the Denali Ultimate has this cool light. So this one is equipped with magnetic ride control, as well it will have Super Cruise. Now, it's hard to show you when we're sitting in a parking lot, but Super Cruise is GM's amazing cruise control system that's an adaptive system and beyond. I mean, you could spend hours going through how it all works, when you use it, where it's, I mean, really gonna help you. It's like I said, if you're spending a lot of time on the highway or those cabin trips, Super Cruise is super cool. I mean, it's just an adaptive cruise control system that's going to keep you and your family safe when you're on the vehicle, and it's going to kind of take a load off when you're driving and make it a little less stressful. There's a lot of good stuff in here for safety equipment. So whether it's the blind spot monitoring or the emergency braking or the pedestrian cross traffic, I mean, there's so much stuff that's going to help you out to keep you and your family safe when you're in the vehicle. Now, let's talk about these seats for a second. So this one has the all brown and kind of dark wood interior, and it also has kind of the topography of the Ultimate stitched in, and there's these Bose Performance Series speakers in this vehicle. It sounds incredible. There's speakers in the headrest for the driver and the passenger here. I mean, there's a ton of speakers in here. The system sounds great. Got my CarPlay going, so I have my Spotify, and it is awesome. I mean, it's so good. And like I said, if you're doing a lot of driving, that's a definite feature you're going to want to have. So this is also going to have the 4-wheel drive system, so it's just kind of on the fly. You can leave it in auto, 4 high, 4 low, or your standard 2-wheel drive, and then we've got our digital display. So the digital gauge cluster, there's a bunch of different ways you can configure it. It's got all of your pertinent information in there, and then you also have a heads-up display. So that's going to show you stuff like your super cruise, the speed limits, how fast you're going. It's kind of hard to show on camera, but it works really well, and it is crystal clear and keeping your vision focused on the road ahead. The digital backup camera, so if you load the car up, if you've got the kids in here, they've got all their stuff, or you're going on a road trip or something, this is a pretty neat feature. So if you can't actually see out the back, there's now a camera here that's going to help you out. And again, like I said, you can click the backup camera button, but this is pretty helpful. Whether it's the trailer or you just can't see out of the back quite right, that's a great feature to have. Plus, it has home link for your garage door. Now, altogether, I know it's a lot of stuff, but I mean, there's a lot of equipment as far as this being the top of the line model. I love the interior. The brown and black with kind of the darker wood in here is gorgeous. I mean, the seats are extremely comfortable. It's funny, while I was filming this video, a gentleman came up who had a GMC with 350,000 miles on it. And he started poking around and he said he can't wait to order one of these. And I thought that was pretty cool. So, I mean, GMC has built their reputation on making cars that last for a long time. I mean, that guy said that was the same motor going for 350,000 miles. Now the 6.2 is such a great platform for this chassis, and all the great equipment in the Denali Ultimate absolutely makes it one you gotta add to your list if you're looking for a family SUV or just something used day to day that has a ton of luxury and comfort. This is absolutely it. So that was just a quick look at the 23 Yukon Denali Ultimate. Now, if you have any more questions or want to see one in person, you can visit either one of our Buick GMC stores or visit us online at walser.com. Thanks for watching.